we're going to be focusing on snow here on the weekly chart. You can see we're trading at 172.20 in here. We're up around 4% on the day from Thursday's close, basically up almost $7 from that close to end it on the week last week. So where does that kind of put us here on this overall weekly chart? Well, we got what we wanted in here, right? We got this nice bounce off this overall structure. We got a nice push in here. We breached our upper trend line of this overall structure because everybody's focusing on earnings coming up this week. But now the question is, what do we do, right? We got what we wanted. We had a nice bounce here. We have bullish net flow. We have our call skew in here. The next few expirations, the calls are trading way richer than the puts are. Our IV is through the roof right now at an IV rank of 88 in here. So what do we do, right? So obviously what we're focusing on is going to be this line right here. That's going to be the 50-day SMA. We need to hold the 170s. We're focusing on that May 27th after hours earnings report in here. We're going to see if we do hold the 170s. If so, then we're going to be focusing up here right at that 182 mark. And then anything outside of that, we're looking at the 193. And then you have this 50-day SMA right here sitting at 203. That's kind of the levels we're looking at in here. We do have to kind of keep in mind, though, we need to be prepared for either a pullback or basically a whole lot of nothing coming off this earnings report, just because of how much we pushed here in the past 3 weeks. And with when you have a lot of call skew in here with the earnings, obviously that's normally what you get. But when you get so much and the bullish net flow and everything, that kind of seems like everybody's trying to price something in. So don't be surprised if a whole lot of nothing happens with the earnings, or we actually do get a little bit of a pullback in here. So we have to kind of be aware of that as we're going up into earnings. But all in all, we'll take what we get and we'll play with it if we do hold those 170s. Now to the downside in here, anything below the 170 mark, nothing's really stopping us until we get all the way down back here, right around that 9-day EMA or this 154 mark, whichever one of those do hit first. And then anything outside of there, we're just going to be following the previous trend line in here. Your RSI is basically neutral, nothing to worry about on that front. Your volume more or less has been the same in here for the past month or so. Look for that to kind of be the same, maybe a little bit higher because of the earnings that are coming up this week. Now, May 27th after hours is going to be that earnings report. Obviously, everybody's looking forward to that. Everybody's pricing in right around a $22 expected move, priced in by this Friday's expiration next Friday, right around 25 bucks. If you go all the way out to your June monthlies, looks like everybody is pricing in right around a $30 expected move. So overall, what are we looking at in here when we're just kind of looking at this basic overall structure? Hey, we broke out of our upper trend line in here. All right, that's good. Next week, once we start kind of opening up in here, then that or creating a new candle, I guess, and then opening up a new trend line, then that's when we can adjust everything in here to these highs of this point. But all in all, we're looking at that 172 hold as we go into earnings. We're going to let earnings do its thing, see what kind of IV collapse we do get. That's either direction, right? So if we get a pop in here, we're looking for an IV collapse. If we get a huge drop, we're still looking for that IV collapse. But we're going to see what type of implied volatility reversal to the mean we do get, and then we're going to play this thing accordingly. But first things first, we need to hold the 170s and then focus on the earnings report coming in. So $20 expected move being priced, or $22 expected move being priced in by this Friday. Let's see what happens here in snow. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.